going on, YouTube? Welcome to the third and final video on ancient Sumeria. Today we're going to be talking about ancient Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki creation story. One of my favorite things to look over, and it's been so much fun looking up this stuff with y'all. Hope y'all have had a wonderful time. Next week we're going to start on astronomy, and throughout my YouTube career we are going back and forth between astronomy and ancient stuff here on Earth. I love it. The Anunnaki first arrived here on Earth around 445,000 years ago. They settled in Mesopotamia and built a city called Eridu. But they built a garden called Eden. In the Kesh Temple hymn, the first recorded description of a domain of the gods is described as being the color of a garden. So they arrived here on Earth around 445,000 years ago, and they brought with them a slave race called the Igigi. They arrived on Earth because their planet Nibiru, the atmosphere was diminishing, and they needed gold to repair the atmosphere, and gold was a very scarce substance on their planet. The Igigi were the slave race, and they used them to start mining the gold here on Earth, and eventually they rebelled. The Anunnaki ended up winning and completely decimating their race. So with their slave race gone, they needed a new race of slaves. They proposed that they use the Neanderthals, Homo erectus, the apes that were here on Earth, and they decided to use them and genetically re-engineer humans with their own blood to make humans. The son of An, Enki, he's the creator god, proposed to create man to bear the labor, and so with the help of his half-sister Ninki, he did. A god was put to death, and his body and blood was mixed with clay. From that material the first human was created in likeness to the gods. Adamu is the name in Sumerian mythology for the first man created by Enki. Adam is Hebrew for man, and Adamus is the Hebrew word for dust and earth, and in Aramaic it signifies blood. Hava is Hebrew for Eve, and it signifies life. The first few attempts of the Anunnaki to make humans went wrong, and those were called the Nephilim. Nephilim is loosely translated as giants. It's a Jewish term that interprets them as hybrid sons or fallen angels. Now, if you look at this compared to the Bible, it's really similar. The first successful human hybrid was named Adamu. If you look in Genesis, the first human was named Adam. Now, if you look at Adam and Eve in Hebrew and Aramaic, then you're looking at dust, earth, blood, and Eve meaning life. Now, if you look at the Anunnaki creation story, Enki used blood and clay and mixed those together and made humans and gave him life. So if you look at Adam and Eve, it basically means blood, dust, earth, life. Now let's compare timelines of when the Anunnaki first arrived on Earth, compared with what we know about the evolution of our species. The Anunnaki arrived on Earth around 445,000 years ago. They brought with them the slave race of the Igigi, and they rebelled. Bones of primitive Homo sapiens first appear around 300,000 years ago. Now that's give or take some years, because I'm sure they're not absolutely 100% positive on when that is. But if you look at the Anunnaki creation story, they arrived here 445,000 years ago. First primitive man appears in our timeline around 300,000 years ago. That's a pretty close comparison to the two, really, because if you look at time, right? They have to have time to settle and then establish a camp, a base camp of some sort. They bring with them the Igigi. They start mining gold. They rebel. The war is so bad that it decimates their entire population. Now the Anunnaki have to create a new species to work for them. 300,000 years ago, humans. There's only 145,000 years in between the Anunnaki first arriving here and then a completely separate search on when humans first arrived here on Earth. Sure, that's a long time. But that's also, give or take, probably a few thousand years. Does that prove that aliens made us? No, it does not. But I really think it's a really cool little coincidence that that's happening. Now, the Garden of the Gods may have originated in Sumer, which, as I've said, predates the Bible. Right? In the Kesh Temple hymn, the first recorded description of the domain of the gods is described as being the color of a garden. And this garden was called Eden, the Garden of Eden from the Bible. The Anunnaki really liked their creation of the humans, right? And they let them stay in Eden, with the warning of don't procreate too much, don't have too many children. What ended up happening is humans overpopulated quickly, and they were kicked out of Eden. Alright guys, I know this video is a lot shorter than the ones that I've had. Hopefully I went over everything, and this was some really quick research done. I usually research all week, but guys, I've been in here fighting wasps. But anyway guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm pretty sure that over the last 3 videos I've went over everything. If y'all would like to learn more about ancient Sumeria, let me know down in the comments, right down there. Put a comment down there and let me know what y'all think, what y'all want me to do. Honestly, I know a lot more about astronomy than I do the Anunnaki. I've researched them both, but astronomy is my thing, guys. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you did enjoy this video, give me a like. Right in that area. Could be over there, I don't know. Give me a subscribe. It's on the opposite side of whichever the like button is. Let's drop a comment down below and let me know anything else y'all want me to go over. And that is it for Ancient Sumer. Hope y'all had a blast. I had fun. Can't wait to go over astronomy next week. Join me for Fiction Friday. We're going over an oldie but a goodie, Avatar, The Last Airbender. Hope y'all are staying healthy in these rough times. Stay safe out there, guys. Have a blast. Bam!